Hi there guys, Neil at Italia Autos here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. This week we're going to be doing a how's it holding up on this Q2 Alfa Romeo GT. So this is a customer's car which has come in for a service and a short list of other things to be done on it. He's also asked for me to do a video on it, so this is one of the reasons why I'm doing a how's it holding up on this one. We've got the cloverleaf badges at the front, which were not designed for the car and don't fit quite right. We have got the quite desirable, I would call them Arrows alloy wheels. I can't remember what the proper name of them are. They've got the Arrows alloy wheels from the 90s. The driver's side looks okay. Let's have a look at the sills. Appears to be undamaged. We've got reverse sensors on the back. One of the reverse sensors isn't working. That's a job on the list. It's also the fact it's pushed in as well. That won't help. Rear lights are not getting crazed or cracked. Rear badge is a little faded, but it's all right. Now, is it a cloverleaf or is it a Q2? I think it's a Q2. Again, that rear light's okay. We've got an aftermarket exhaust on the back there. A few marks on that alloy wheel. Bodywork and the roof looks okay. This sill, I think, has a bit of damage. I can see a little bit of a difference there, but not much, to be honest. It might just be my eye and this crap light this morning. And this alloy wheel at the front has a few marks, but nothing to worry about. Yeah, generally the bodywork isn't too bad on this one. Let's go and have a look on the inside. It's done 97,000 miles with a very rare wooden steering wheel for one of these. These are quite an expensive upgrade in today if you want to try and find one. Aftermarket stereo and iPod drawer. Fit of it isn't the best. They're both out of line. Carpet isn't fitting right down there for some reason. Got some added bling around the dials and stuff. Let's start it up and see how it starts. It is the diesel one. No errors on the dashboard. Clutch pedal is getting quite heavy now. So it's probably going to be due a clutch slave cylinder or very worst a clutch at some point. Engine sounds okay. No smoke out the back. Now, I've noticed with this, he's complained about a noise from the rear end. And when you get out the car, let's see if you can hear it. Hear that little cracking sound then? So I need to have a look at that as well and see what's causing that. I imagine that's going to be a shocker or one of the arms at the back where the rubber's gone. So first of all, we'll get it on the ramp, have a look underneath the bonnet, see how that's going, and then we'll get it in the air, have a look at the shockers and the brakes, and then we'll have a look on the belly. So now on to under the bonnet. It looks very tidy and clean underneath there. I'd say it hasn't long had a new top turbo hose on it. Battery doesn't look too old either. Brake fluid cap was loose, but it looks pretty clean. So steering fluid is clean. Coolant looks reasonably fresh and is up to the max level. No visible oil leaks that I can see at the front. Can't really see much at the back. Right, let's have a little look here then. So we've got upgraded springs on it. No over amounts of movement. That brake pipe back there is touching the body, which means that's going to rub through. So let's get this higher up in the air now. We'll check over the rest. Oh my God. Yeah, there's a few things I want to check out on this. It's had some upgrades which look a bit dubious. Let's check the rest of the suspension out first. All looks okay. Front brakes, pads are getting, what, sort of 30% left, 40% left. The brake discs do have a nice big lip on them. I will check them again when I get to the underside. A little bit more left on this one, which is a bit suspect. So is that brake on the other side dragging a little bit? Again, spring and suspension look okay. Brakes, again, they're about 30% left, 40% left. Right, so let's have another look here then. And what I did think I saw was this pipe touching the anti-roll bar, but it isn't. There's just this brake pipe which needs pulling out, but I've got to take all the wheels off to check all the brakes out anyway, so I'll pull that out then. That's your exhaust. It's almost a full system right to the cat. It's got the upgraded anti-roll bars, which is probably one of the best upgrades you can do on a GT, just to stiffen up that handling a little bit. It has had an under seal at some point. We've got some rust coming back through here. It hasn't had any welding that I can tell. We do have some rust coming through on the sills there and there. Ooh, yeah, it's looking quite nasty there. There's a massive crack and there's rust underneath, so what has happened there? Has that been crushed and filled? I'd probably say that has been filled at some point in its life. Let's check the other side out. Again, more cracking here, so has that been jacked badly at some point? It also looks a bit dubious here as well. Let's get my magnet out and see what it does. Right, so let's get my large magnet on it. I can pretty much see from here that that's filler. Not sticking anywhere there. We got there, nothing there, nothing all the way along there, until we get to there. So yeah, those seals have been crushed and they've been repaired. So as we can see there is all rust starting to come behind these seals here. Is there any more? Not there, I don't think, but you can see some slight crushage there. Crushage, is that a word? So yeah, let's check this side as well. You can sort of see the filler comes to about here. It's gone there, not sticking at all. Sticks there. Sticks pretty well to like there. But you can see, yeah, there's all damage behind here. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having damaged seals repaired. The best way would have been to cut out the metal, weld in new parts of the seals, and then you'd have it nice and matching. You wouldn't have tons of filler in there. But I have just noticed here as well, we've got blistering. So that's moisture underneath the paint, that is. But so yeah, there's nothing wrong. This is like it's a cheap repair, which hasn't really lasted. There's nothing wrong with doing it. It's just not the best job in the world. And to a lot of Alfa owners, they won't be happy with it. So you comment below and see whether you'd be happy with that type of repair on your car. So let's move on to the engine. So another job on the list has been oil leaks. We've got two on it. This is where the car was parked all weekend. And that's the amount of oil which has come out of it. So you can tell straight away, that one is the oil cooler and that one is going to be about where the bottom turbo hose is. So let's go over to the car now and check the front end. I can see a drip of oil on the oil cooler already. That is coming from above. There's the top hose. I can't see any above that. It's quite difficult to see on these at the front of the engine because your airbox is in the way. It looks as though it's coming from the turbo, which is going to be the top intake. So we will just try and tighten that up. Yeah, the turbo's a little bit old and it's letting a little bit of oil through it, but that's nothing to really worry about. Biggest oil leak is this one here. Oh my God. It's quite bad. He says it's had a new oil cooler, but it's literally pissing out from both of the connections. So did they not change the O-rings when they changed it over? Yeah. Somebody hasn't done a very good job of replacing that. Drive shafts, all okay on that side. It looks like we've got a leak on this side. Yep, massive leak. Can you see that there? So it needs a drive shaft gaiter. Rust-wise, subframe, you know, it's all right. None really, I'd say, at all. Some nuts and bolts, that's about it. Front radiator support, it's not too bad. It's a little bit crusty, but not that bad. It's also had a repair to the back of the rear bumper, so it had cracked at some point. A little bit rusty here, but again, nothing to really worry about. It's not structural. So yeah, a couple of not very good repairs on this one. So they're probably going to be added to my list to sort out. See what he wants doing with the seals, but I don't fancy doing another seal job just yet, thank you, not after the 156. So there we go, guys. What do you think of that? What do you think of some of those repairs? It's a nice colour car, you know, it's not a bad car on the surface of things, so it just needs a little bit of TLC on it and it would actually be a great car. Just depends on your view of how the seals have been repaired. So thank you guys for watching. Please give the video a share, because a lot of you guys are saying, oh, I'm the most underrated, undiscovered channel out there. But in a way, it's down to you guys to share these videos so people can get to see and people get to subscribe. So I'm doing my job of making these videos. You do your job of sharing, liking and subscribing. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.